into that a little later. I want to welcome my co-host Bill Wissinger here. Say hi, Bill.
Hi, how y'all doing? Good seeing y'all.
Whatever you want to say, but we have happy hour here Monday through Friday, 3 to 6. They always have $2 Bud Light,
$2 Bud Light all the time.
Yep, we're enjoying a couple right now.
Even if this weren't one of my favorite bars, it would be one of my favorite bars. Just for the $2 Bud Lights.
If they had like a boat, a houseboat over there, we could just walk over and crash. Afterwards,
yeah, it's pretty close to the house.
What?
It's only about a mile from the house.
Well, I mean, I'm talking walking distance. Or someone would. There's a condo right next door.
Yeah.
We can just get invited over. Hey, listen, if you ever need a condo to crash it, oh my God! I imagine one night the first time someone offered that, Bill, I'd be here to. I'd have to get some people to come here because you know what the thing about bars in Key Largo. And this is kind of sounds like a killer. And Bill's going to be talking about the flip side of down in Key West and shit like that. Down here, it's dead after 10. There's several bars that aren't.
Yeah, there's certain bars that you can go to during the day, and there's nobody there. You go at 11 o'clock at night, the place is packed.
It is packed. So, but if you have enough people and they know ahead of time, most bars don't really have a problem with that stuff. They're staffed for it. The people have the intention. I had a Chris, Jimmy Sample got married. I don't think he mind. Keys Roofing.
Yeah.
They did it, and they rented out the bar.
Yeah, I remember that. After hours.
After hours. After 10 o'clock. And they were there till,
Had to be 4 in the morning.
Really?
Probably.
Well, that's, an open bar, I just realized when you're coming to a party that they came from a wedding and they were drinking for probably 6 hours.
Yeah, this is Jimmy and his crew, so they've been drinking way before. They come preloaded.
Yes. Okay, let's say 7 hours. Let's say you don't want to be intoxicated for your nuptials.
Yeah, okay.
7 hours, and then you do the afterwards. But you know what? They're very rarely, and I was in the wedding business for years. I told you that up in Philadelphia. Very rarely do you ever see the bride and groom ever getting shit-faced at a wedding, or even the parents.
I don't know what weddings you've been to.
Well, they see that. See the ones we're used to. The small ones, yes.
I'm used to Keys weddings, man.
No, I'm just saying they got a 250-person wedding. Oh. By the time you're done visiting, you put a drink down. I've given 20 drinks to a bride before. She may have drank 3 of them. They never had the same.
Yeah, I'm used to Keys wedding. There's about 15 people invited, and about 300 people show up at the bar after.
Well, this thing, everyone's invited. Everyone, you go to table to table. They spend 2.5 hours going to table, say hi to people. They spend another hour and a half doing a thing. They leave about an hour to eat and dance and have fun with their friends.
There you go.
And that's 5 hours. That's a good party. Over in Poland, where we're going to a wedding this summer. I'll do. I said this before. I've done it. Thing.
Do they drink as much as the Russians?
What?
Do they drink as much as the Russians?
They drink very heavily.
We went to a baby shower for a Russian couple. This is the only baby shower that we had to do another liquor store run because we ran out of vodka and beer.
That's exactly like that. I brought.
I had to drink so much vodka with the groom and the groom's dad, or the dad and his father. I ended up going out back and puking. Just so I could.
I'm just sharing a same experience. I understand.
Just so I could continue
Russians, whatever impression you have of Russians, is have pretty much. Might as well have anybody.
You're shooting low on the drinking vodka.
Ukrainians, Polish. There's a lot.
Whatever you think. However much you think they drink vodka, you're probably a little light.
Yeah, and they drink more. So you had yours. I went to just family. The first time I met Abby's family. I show up, I get a big bottle of vodka. They already had a big bottle of vodka. But they didn't go and say, they didn't take my big bottle of vodka and put it in the shelf.
No.
They just put it on the table. They go, oh, we don't have to go out for more vodka later on.
There we go.
And it was a big bottle of vodka. And there was if you're working, my future brother-in-law was working that night, so he didn't drink. There was only like 5 of us drinking. And 2 of them drinking were American Polish, which is in the same. Abby and her sister wasn't there. Abby was there. So Abby doesn't drink anything like she used to. Or whatever.
1 out of 5 is about what we're comfortable with.
She's done it a couple times, and it's a beautiful, rare sight to see. Yeah. When Abby gets drunk, she is horrifying and terrifying. She's always beautiful. Always.
I can imagine the Valkyrie coming to pick you up.
I imagine. Well,
the 6 foot tall Polish girl.
She's beautiful. I love her.
I
love her
gorgeous.
To death. But when if someone gets her pissed off,
oh my God, I'd leave the room. Hell,
holy shit! Watch out. So, but they were drinking. They went into that vodka, and you know what? I held my own pretty much, and any other group of people, they say, that guy drinks too much. And they were like, over there, they were like, he's all right.
He's okay. He hasn't passed out yet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's something about room
temperature
vodka and stuff like that. But down in Keys, we have tons of people from different parts of the world. We got the German. There's a vibrant Polish community because it's just turned out. I didn't even know that. They're all over the place.
There's who's up in West Palm? There's Lithuanians up in West Palm.
Yeah. Okay. Well, even down here, a buddy of mine married a Polish girl. Down in Key West, they even have it in Key West. No matter what, Key West at one time was the largest city in Florida. It's a small town nowadays.
Yeah, it is.
Was it 25,000 people?
I don't know. I think it's about half the population of the Keys, though.
Okay, around 30, or. Nowhere 40, is it?
Couldn't tell you.
Maybe
I'd have to
40,
look it up.
Maybe 40. And it's a beautiful town. Don't get me wrong and stuff like that. We're in the Keys and stuff like that. But they have a Polish store down there. Now, you have to have a critical mass of people to do that. 40,000 people in a tropical part of the United States that is so un-Polish-like. Right? The Florida Keys. They put a Polish market, and it's still up there to this day. Yeah. Which... Got to be a lot of fucking Polish people there.
A lot of Russian girls, too.
Yep. Yeah, I guess the Russian girls go. I mean, there could be a Russian store down there. I'm not sure.
I'm sure there is because every stripper down there is Russian now.
You think they make those fucking radioactive condoms and shit like that?
I have no idea, but I swear about about 3/4 of the damn strippers down there are all Russian.
All Russian?
Well, Russian, Ukrainian, Latvian.
I haven't been in there recently, so I don't have any reference and stuff like that.
I was just there.
Oh, really?
We stopped once.
Who'd you stop with?
Well, we went to the Garter for a few minutes.
Okay. Can you talk about this?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So this
lots of Russian titties.
This past week, you've been we did the one show from on Tuesday from the Caribbean Club with Bill, Luke, and I, and then Luke and I did a show.
You guys did a show on Wednesday.
Yeah, from over shipwrecks. Now, what were you were down in?
I was down in Key West. I was playing. No, I was at Willie T's.
Willie T's.
I was at Willie T's 4 to 7 every night, Wednesday through Sunday. And I was doing little appearance shows here and there with other players.
It was Meeting of the Minds.
Yeah, Meeting of the Minds, the big Jimmy Buffett fan club.
Yeah. And there was tens of thousands of people.
I don't know about tens of thousands, but it's Key West, man. They dump a cruise ship there every day. There's always 1,000 people walking around.
I think there's probably tens of thousands of people.
Probably.
I bet 30,000 people show up.
Yeah, no, Willie T's was packed out. It was fun. We had a good time.
I mean, they're all over. They got Jimmy Buffett festivals all over the place. Place.
Yeah, and you can always tell the parrot heads. It's funny. They're walking down the street.
Funny,
they got
Jimmy Buffett last week went all out. And I'm not going to go and put too much. He just went out for a particular side.
I saw that. Good for him.
You know what? I mean, say Jimmy
Everybody's
Buffett.
allowed to have their opinion.
They're allowed to have their opinions. I was fucking surprised by Jimmy Buffett. He's such a corporate guy.
You know, I was actually kind of surprised by that, too. I was thinking he'd be red all the way.
And you know what? I mean, pretty much Luke's a libertarian. I'm a progressive. Luke is fucking anarchic. Aggressive.
Yeah, no, I'm the libertarian.
What? You're
I'm
a libertarian.
the libertarian.
I said Luke is an anarchist.
Yeah, he's not a libertarian. Luke is.
I know. I don't even know what the term Luke.
I don't know. He's
he would be like an agrarian, something like it. To be pot and socialism and communism, there'd be some wizardry going on.
Could be. You
shit like
know.
that. And I'm not making light of Luke's thing, but Luke has a unique style, the way the world should be, which
he does. You're never quite sure which way it's going to go with Luke.
It usually doesn't go far right. It always goes fucking crazy left or less another direction.
No, some of it goes pretty fucking far right too. He'll surprise you on some of the shit. You're like, damn.
Well, we don't want to stab. We don't want to hear that part. We don't need to kill a character this early on. We could just let nature do its course.
No, I mean, like I said, he's all over the board.
You know
I have no idea what he's going to say.
You know, that's the nice thing about you, Bill. I never heard you never had a deer kill. I mean, I had much more deal killers. If we ever get any sponsors, they're going to be able to say, this fucking thing, this fucking thing, this fucking thing. Are you going to say that again? I'll say, like, yes. When you have to point to Bill. No one has anything to fucking say about Bill. I mean, not to say you don't say anything uncontroversial. Since you're a libertarian, you're a free marketer.
Exactly. I don't care.
So
you
can
do
really
whatever
care.
the fuck you want.
You can serve a spike-driven dildo to a bunch of kidney gardeners, and
if
you
got
no problem.
If you got the market for it, go on.
If there's a bunch of 5-year-olds that want to buy it, he has no problem.
Sitting there spinning on the playground.
Yes.
You guys have a good time with that.
Yes. No, he wouldn't care. He would care about that. But that part, that's understandable. But when Jimmy Buffett came out, I was like really surprised by that.
Yeah, I was actually kind of surprised by that because he goes after everybody after copyright, man.
Well, you know what? You could disagree with me, but I have a tendency to agree with people that go against their own self-interest. Like he has no beneficial, right? Think about it. I mean, even some of
he's got a world-spanning media market.
He didn't have to say shit, and 55% of them, if he went the other way a little, he says, "Nah, I don't really have an opinion. Well, I'm kind of pro-Trump." 55% of them would have went with him.
I'm thinking probably closer to 80, because he's got. Trust me, I was just down there playing. Our average crowd was probably pushing 70. We had and it tends
so maybe we're reading them wrong. Maybe we're reading them wrong. Maybe they all, after they go down there and fucking, some of them will smoke a little weed, have little margaritas and shit like that, and they'll start going, I bet that caravan doesn't make more than 300 people when it gets up here, which probably is going to happen by the time it's hundreds and hundreds of. It's 800 miles away right now. But those strollers are going to definitely need new tires on them and stuff like that.
There's a whole lot of nice places in Mexico.
We'll find out what's going on tomorrow, and that'll be our next interesting phase. But right now, since we were talking about the Keys, we did mention the catch. Here we have Jim here and the beautiful
Blackwater Siren.
What did I say? I didn't say anything yet, did I?
Yeah, no.
Good. No, I would have said. I was just asking what I said.
You actually mentioned where you normally work.
I said the catch.
Oh yeah. But we're the Blackwater Siren.
We're at the Blackwater Siren on the north side of the Blackwater Sound, or
south side
Jewfish Creek.
Of Jewfish Creek.
The south side. Jesus Christ! They all turned around.
Jim has no idea where he is.
Well, I always think the north is tops because they won the Civil War and shit like that.
Yeah, I know.
My Southern friends, and you're from Jersey. Shut the fuck up. So. Okay, so, if you come down to the Keys, you're going to have a lot of things. This time of year is beautiful, and
it is.
Bill was down there with lots of them. Did you see any boobies?
No, you don't want to see parrot head boobies.
Oh, you mean at the Red Garter?
Yeah.
Did you go in the daytime?
Yeah, Red Garter, it was 7:30. It was early. It was right after our set.
So there was like a lot of 25-year-old Russian girls.
Yeah, a bunch
there.
of Russian girls.
Beautiful, tall.
Oh yeah, tall, short. All sizes. They're a strip club. They cater for every taste.
So what? You and Josh are in there?
No, it wasn't me and Josh.
What? Josh?
It wasn't me and Josh. Josh's wife was there. The only reason I went is I ran into an old motorcycle racing buddy of mine. Called him up and he said, "Yeah, I'm down here. I'm at the Red Garter." So I stuck my head in, said hi, had a drink, and bailed. Because it cost me way too much money to hang out in those places.
I know, man. That's a table dance, man. It'd be like $80, right?
No, it's usually 10.
No, I mean table dance, like in the back.
Oh, yeah. Private dance in the back. That's there.
$80.
There's a lot of money going around there.
Yeah. If it was money was no question, if guys said just take care of them. He's there. Let's say one Russian guy. He's sitting there. He's got the black suit on with the black, real nice black silk T-shirt.
Yeah.
And he goes, "My friend, you want to sample beauty?"
I didn't see any of those guys, but I'm
Did
sure
my accent
around.
got a little better there,
good.
didn't it? Yes.
Yeah. Your Russian accent isn't bad.
It's on me. What happens?
Oh,
it's on me.
I'm pretty sure anything you want happens at that point.
Okay, good. Okay, well, you know what? That's an honest answer. I'm not going to point you on that. I mean, there's a lot of porns that start out that way, where they get really excited about that stuff. But, yeah, it's a beautiful time this time of year. Even then, it was crowded as hell, right?
Oh, yeah.
But there's still room for more people.
Yeah, no, it wasn't overly packed. I was at a few different bars. I played with a bunch of really cool guys and had a good time. But, yeah, no, there are plenty of people down there, but you can always squeeze a few more in.
You know, it's not like partying with people on vacation. And I was having a discussion with someone, and someone said, you know, when they're leaving, we got to go back home. They're like, oh, fuck. Oh, I got to go up to 60-degree weather, and the trees look like God painted all over our background. What the fuck are you complaining about? It's going to be beautiful up there. It's going to be beautiful. You got to throw it.
Not like you're down here in January and you got to go back up to Ketchikan.
Well, you know what? It has its own sort of beauty there too. You got a fireplace and all that stuff. You go out, you go a little, let's play a little snow sports and stuff like that. It's fun too. I think people's perspectives are lost and stuff like that when they're focusing on coming down here. I mean, the people they say down here and say, "Oh, you got to go up there." They don't are they fucking enjoying this weather? I'm drinking a beer out here. I'm wearing flip-flop shorts and a tank top. Yeah. It's November, where you could fall asleep outside and get heat stroke right now.
Oh yeah, it's still pretty warm. I want a refund on my cold front. It didn't last near long enough.
There's no. I mean, if you were under in the shade, you could fall asleep under in a hammock, but you'd be eaten alive by mosquitoes and those things.
Mosquitoes weren't really bad. They haven't been.
No, they haven't.
They've been. It's been a really.
But let me wax.
Go on, wax poetic about mosquitoes.
So you come down here and stuff like that. You get sunburned. You drink too much and all that stuff. Oh my God. Well, you know what? The Florida Visitors Developmental Council, whatever, the tourism board, they want to keep me on point. They could just call me anytime at Keys Bartender, and I'll stay on point. What I'm saying is, come down here and enjoy it the way you're supposed to enjoy it. Expect what to expect. It's going to be a little warm if you come in here before this date. Actually, it's dropping right now. I think the highs are going to go up to 86. Which is great.
Yeah, the humidity's still like 90%.
Yeah, it's still 90%, but 86, that number keeps on creeping down. And then we get, when it's still in the lower 80s, it's still high. But normally when it's in the 70s.
And lower 80s with 50% humidity is really nice.
And when it gets in the 70s, it gets real fucking dry. Right?
It's cold for me.
Yeah, it starts getting dry and stuff like that. Well, you do. Even I noticed that. So, but you're not gonna get finer weather than it is right now, really, for a lot of you, if you're freezing your ass off. You can come down here. You got a lot of specials down here. Come down and see Bill and I. I mentioned this episode was Canada, and then I'm going to put ... You are, okay, so that meant you are, Canada's our friend to the north. I mean, for years and years, they've had our back. We've had their back.
Politest people on earth.
Yeah, what?
Politest people on earth.
Okay. Yeah, this is me taking the night thing. You do I think they do alcohol by volume, and we do alcohol by weight. And I think the misinterpretation that they have more alcohol in there, it's a misinterpretation because of the way they measure it. Because a lot of our beers are craft beers now.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm drinking Bud Light. If I have a 6-pack of Molson, I'm pretty much hammered.
If you were drinking Molson Light, it'd be the same thing.
Yeah, okay. I'll buy that.
You're drinking Bud, and I think Bud and Molson are similar.
Yeah, no, I got a buddy comes down from Canada. He brings me a 6 Blue Label.
Okay. Well, I think that's a placebo effect, my friend. I mean, they're a member of the Commonwealth, so they're still part of the British Empire that we left. They're not. The Queen is their head of state, but not their head of government. Right. That's Justin Trudeau right now. They believe in global warming. With global warming, they're going to be a much more popular destination.
It's going to be a much nicer time to live in Canada.
Yeah,
with
there is.
Global
We got
warming.
a friend that comes into the Catch, and he has a place in. Christ, I'm going to forget his name. Binghamton. I'm not sure. Canada. I completely mutilated. Guy has a tiki pool with a bar built into it. When I say built into it, you know what I mean? When the person's standing there, they're at chest level of the pool and stuff like that. He built the whole thing up. I spoke to him in the summer, and he was down fishing in 90-degree heat, while his friends are in 75, 78-degree
heated pool.
Canadian pool, his tropical Canadian pool.
There you go.
And we're down here. When we come out of the pool, like they come out of the pool, they're cold, and they just dry off and change into dry clothes. We come out of our pool, we dry off. We start sweating.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're wet immediately.
You're wet. It's just as if you just walked out of a fucking pool.
You're wet if you're in the pool or out of the pool.
Yep. And they sound like us. They dress like us. They like the same entertainment, maybe more emphasis on hockey. They invented hockey. I have to say that British soldiers invented hockey.
There you go.
Right in the 1800s when they were fucking bored as shit. So they had to do that. And they come down here, and the great thing, and the thing that inspired me, I had a non. You know what? I can go for a little whiskey. Ask them for a bourbon. Yep. So, like I said, the Canadians, you did beat us, and we did invade you. We apologize for that in the 1800s during the War of 1812. A significant portion of people thought we should have invaded, I think, from Detroit into Canada. I could be wrong. But they were repelled by loyal Canadians and British soldiers. I think they were British territory at that time, still a colony. And they repelled us. But since then, I can't really say since then because I don't know what they did in the War of 1812. But I know during World War II, they jumped in right away. I was just mentioned during World War II, the Canadians jumped in right away. They were still only part of the Commonwealth. They weren't a colony. They couldn't force them to do it. But the Canadians came in. Canadians were a Commonwealth inside of it. I mean,
the Australians went in immediately too, just because they were right there waiting for the Japanese to try to invade.
Oh, I can imagine that. Yeah, the Australians were they were like the oh my God, I don't want to give them. I love the Australians. I love Australia, and I'm doing this Canada. I love Australia. I love Canada. Australia. Think about it. How many white people in Australia at that time?
Probably a lot.
No, do you know how many today?
I have no idea.
I think it's like 30 million.
I don't know.
What?
I don't know. I haven't got a clue.
No, 30 million.
Yeah.
So back then, I think they were around 12 million.
Could have been.
Okay. They were in Southeast Asia. They're white people in Asia having a continent. Now you have a continent and a subcontinent crowded. Yeah. The subcontinent is pushing maybe 500 million, 600 million, the subcontinent of India.
Yeah, hey, we're going to come take your space. Don't mind us.
I know. It's just like at that time. And then the Japanese on the size of California, but much more mountainous. I don't think they have the same, how would you call that? Arable land, which you can plant, right? I think arable land is incorrect maybe, but it's close to what I want to say. But I'm just saying I want to say irrigative land. Okay. Meaning land you can irrigate. Like arable means it gets enough rainfall, but if it's on the side of a mountain, unless you do terrace farming like
agrarian, maybe? Is that the word we're looking for?
Agrarian is a society.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
It's a type of society it is. So what I'm suggesting is Australia, and it's a hard truth, the reason you were so nice to us back then is that you needed
some friends.
You needed friends. You had 100, it was almost like 80 to 90 million Japanese.
Plus you're Australians. You're pretty friendly.
You had the Malaysians. You had the Indonesians. You have New Guinea. You have the tribes there. Though the native tribes never rose up to the numbers of you exported and stuff like that. And not like America. It wasn't founded on its own seizure of lands from native republic. We do not turn a blind eye from that. But you needed a hand, but I have to say, after you needed a hand, you pitched in.
Oh, yeah.
In Korea. In Vietnam, one of the few countries that did in Vietnam, did the wrong thing. That's this weird thing. I don't know. I think Canada may have participated, but Canada may have saw the light earlier. But, no, you know what I mean. I'm not saying right or wrong. I'm not saying communist is right and stuff like that. But when the Pentagon Papers came out and they knew they couldn't win the war, is it kind of waste? If the leadership believes it can't win the war, how can you win a war?
Yeah. Well, let's change your leadership.
Mm-hmm. Well, it was Eisenhower, Kennedy, Johnson, and Nixon. So it covered all spectrums, from the most moderate of Republicans, which is Eisenhower, to the most conservative of Republicans, was to Kennedy, who was a populist, and
he was still pretty whacked out liberal.
No, I think he was moderate.
At the time,
Johnson was more liberal.
At the time, he was liberal for the time.
Oh, I don't think you know the Kennedys then. They only came around to that. They weren't big into civil rights until after they someone told them it was good for their it's changed. Hey, listen, I'm a pragmatist. I know now what side we're on for the reason our demographics, our voting demographics are. Okay? I think I'm losing out with the Canadian theme. So the Canadians come down here and they fit in perfectly. They're nice. Some of them are conservative. Some are progressive. I did get a Canadian man yell at me during an election.
Did you? Good for him.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't tell you the whole story, I guess.
No.
I'm going to vote up at my polling place, and he's campaigning against a foreign national is not allowed to campaign for someone at a polling place.
Was he? He was more than 1,000 feet away, right?
What?
He was more than
whatever the distance was.
Yeah.
You're not allowed. If you're not a national, you are not allowed in the United States to be present
That's
at
an
election.
actual law.
Yes.
Not present at the polling. Not present within X amount of feet of the polling
Well, they made
place.
the law. They made the law that way because they don't want to have like British soldiers sitting there.
Right.
When you're
I
taking
thought it was X amount of feet from the polling place. I thought once you get past that, you can say anything you want.
Foreign nationals cannot. They can. You're probably right then.
Might want to check that one.
Motherfucker. Well, you know it's wrong.
Well, I don't care. I'd love to go over to Russia and go, hey! Well, except they'd shoot me.
Yeah, you shoot you. You'd be dead. You'd be fucking dead.
Of course, I'd be over there
going,
go for Putin.
I yelled at the motherfucker. I told him, I said like this. I said, wait. What, you don't like our plan? Oh, why do you not like it? Well, I know how it's bad. And I go, why? Because I'm Canadian. I said, what the fuck are you doing here? To get the fuck out of here.
Giving you his honest opinion.
I told him like this. I said, get the fuck. Oh, here's my honest opinion, old fucking man.
There you
Get
go.
the fuck out of my face. I'll punch you.
You're
right.
right.
Knock you out.
Now you're sounding like you have a very libertarian viewpoint.
Yeah, well, don't. I don't want a foreign national coming in and tell me what to do.
Like I said, now you're sounding like you have a very libertarian viewpoint.
Vladimir Putin, I will wrestle. I challenge Vladimir Putin to a wrestling match.
And my money is still on Vlad.
I think I'd take him.
I'm still putting my money on Vlad.
I know he's older than me. Oh, wait. I want the same shit they juice him up with.
Ooh.
Only temporary juice. The shit they gave to Ivan Drago. I know he wasn't Russian, but in Rocky IV, right? You know what I'm saying, right?
Get you hooked up with who was the baseball player who was huge? Barry Bonds.
No, that's Barry Bonds. That's anabolic steroids.
Yeah, we'll get you juiced up and looking like a mountain walking around.
I just need it for the day off. I got all the muscles I need to beat him. Physically, I'm a match for him.
Yeah, we'll just get you an 8-ball and
unless I think he may pretend like I'm saying the guys he competes with have to lose.
I don't know, man. I've spent a lot of time in the cell, and there is very little pulling punches. Until afterwards, when you're going, slow that down as much as you can and show me how you just kicked me in the face and threw me across the floor.
His thing's judo.
That's
No, his thing judo. Judo is one of the ones that they use for pratfall. Judo was the basis for professional wrestling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I'm just saying.
And if you're doing judo, half the time you can't tell who won the fall unless you're actually paying a lot of attention.
I know. What I'm saying is it's the easiest one to fake, too. But they jump. When they jump for the thing, they assist the guy that's throwing them. And it makes, when you assist the guy that's throwing you, you get to land on your back and you do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, otherwise you get a dislocated shoulder.
Oh, yeah. But you jump on your back on the padded.
There's a reason why you go with a throw.
Okay. Well, I mean, you know what? I'm not. I still, if I have to, I will take one for the team here.
There you go.
And defeat Vladimir Putin. I think we're the same. I think he might be older than me.
He might be.
If he is, I'd give him a little break. Because I know he's a little man. You know he's a little man. He's like 5'6".
Yeah. Dude, I had a 5 foot.
I've seen some big guys when they're little and stuff like that. There's ways of getting them on the ground. When you wrap them up and stuff like that, they can't do shit.
I've had a buddy, we used to call him the littlest Marine. We used to spar with him.
Mm-hmm.
And he had to get a height waiver to get in. And that man is throwing me all over the South.
5'5"?
No, he's like 5'2". Little short Hawaiian kid. Ron, I don't know if you ever listen, but if you do, I'll mention you.
Well, that's a nice thing to say.
And he used to throw me all over. And my buddy Joe Hall was another couple of big, old tall 6'5" black dude.
I'm just suggesting that Vladimir Putin, where it comes to dictators and stuff like that, I'm willing to guess, much like our own, he's a fucking chicken hawk. And he's a pussy, and he's right. He'd be one of the guys. If you ever watch the original Dune,
what?
Dune, Dune,
movie?
Dune,
like the like one with
Dune,
the one with
Kyle MacLachlan and Sting.
Sting, yes. God, that was the worst movie fucking ever.
I know. The book. You got to get the book.
I read the books.
Okay,
the books are fantastic.
The needle remember in the wrestling match? Okay, in the wrestling match with him at the end, fighting match. Okay, good. Well, you had to tell me if you told me the book. I'll tell you because I read the book.
I thought you were going with the movie, and I'm going, God,
no.
The movie had nothing to do with the book.
On his hip. It was right on his hip. He had a little hook with poison on it to get Muad'Dib, Paul, and he didn't do it. He tried to do it, and then Paul threw him the other way. You know what I mean? That's a failure of this. He was really good at training with the greatest guys. But you know what the one thing the greatest guys never did? They never let him lose. They never let him lose.
Okay.
Well, why do you think Usyk and Kude who's Usyk and Kude to Hussein?
I have no idea.
Remember they got busted real early? They were weak.
Oh.
They weren't like a father.
Oh, okay.
Usyk and Kude got busted when they were. He just went out and was like, whoa! You know, as soon as American soldiers came up, or militants, or some of the local whatever was a military there, they got it and they surrendered. Meaning, if you're in the privileged one, I believe you're fucking weak. Yeah. I believe you're weak. It's just like the Knights. Another reference, okay? It's fucking the last one for the Keys bartender make.
Okay.
Battle Agincourt.
Yeah.
When the British longbowmen mowed down the French nobility.
Right.
When their armor.
Yeah.
They were newly knighted, and they just
had no clue what they were going up against.
No, they had no idea.
That's a failure of intelligence.
No, that was people thinking that they were better than the people they were fighting.
That's a failure of intelligence.
Yes.
Which, even though military intelligence is an oxymoron,
they always do with these strongmen and stuff like that. They just use fear to beat you, and they virtually have no ability. What time are we at right now?
Oh, we got about 10 minutes.
Oh, 10 minutes, great. I got about 10 minutes before I have to run and go and pee.
Oh, there you go.
I know. It's all the other thing.
Okay. I had a couple of those moments down south.
Oh, oh my God! What did you do? Did you have a Gatorade bottle?
No, I actually drug. One time I drug Joel Black out of the audience.
Who?
A buddy of mine, player down there. I drug Joel.
What's he called?
Joel Black. Joel Block. Sorry, Joel Block.
Okay.
Drug Joel Block out of the audience.
That's his real name.
Joel Block is his real name.
Good.
Drug him out of the audience.
I thought you said Joe the Black, and I go, holy shit, you're not gonna have it.
Well,
Okay.
I got a buddy, Joe the Black.
The Black.
Joe the Black. He's like 6'5". Big old black.
You call
dude.
him Joe the Black.
Joe the Black.
So he's friends with a bunch of white guys.
No, he's friends with a bunch of everybody. We were in the
Why?
We were in the same squad.
If he's friends with everyone?
Because I was Billy the Jew.
No, why didn't there couldn't have been a lot of blacks because.
Oh yeah, there were at that time.
Joe the Black. Okay, there was another Joe. There was
Probably,
another Joe.
but it was common
there had
enough
to be
where
a
he was Joe the Black.
White Joe and me.
Yeah.
Because I used to be Happy Jim.
Happy Jim.
No, I'm not saying that. He's a nice Jim right there. Lori's there. Okay, so where we were talking about? Right
Yeah, I drug my buddy Joel up on stage and made him hold my bass and made Josh put on something that had a bass track and told him, "Look, just pretend like you're playing. I'll be back in about 3 minutes."
Oh, you just took off right there? That's brilliant. Yeah. You know what, Bill? You think I would castigate you?
And we're still laughing because there's about 1,000 tapes up on Facebook and YouTube about Joel up there playing bass.
Was he good?
No, he doesn't play. He didn't play at all.
Did they not know?
No, they had no clue.
Oh, meaning they were playing.
Yeah, I had Josh put on a song that had a bass track. Already had the bass on the song.
Not. I don't want to fucking ruin you because this could be your Milli Vanilli moment. Jessica Simpson moment.
Yeah.
Were you?
Yeah. No, I told Josh, hey, that song's got a bass track. Go ahead, play it.
Okay.
I ran away and peed and left Joel up there.
So you know what? I'm going to save the Alexander Graham Bell story for tomorrow.
Okay.
We got about 7 minutes left.
Whereabouts?
Maybe we will get to it. A point of bar etiquette, since we're the Keys bartender. Let's get to it.
Okay, let's get to it.
My question, as a crowded bar, this is my question to you, Bill. At a crowded bar where many thirsty patrons are competing for the attention of a busy bartender.
Yeah.
My suggestion, and this is where I pause. That's a good thing.
See, I'm not
going to deny it.
I've got a
What's
completely
yours?
different view of this.
Okay, mine is my first thing. What's your first thing?
Just give him a glance and set my cup up there and walk and hit the head between sets.
That is Bill. Holy shit. I'm going to post this as the best answer I could have ever expected it.
Like I said, this is
No. I'm giving I'm not. It's not. I can't even joke. That's a fucking A+. That's an A+. Bill, don't say anything more.
Okay.
And you can still talk.
Yeah.
But don't talk about your decision. Talk about something else. Because that is the best answer. My one I gave you. Wait patiently. I will be curiously drawn to your state of calm. And that's when Bill comes in. I know sometimes I have forgotten something. Usually it's really busy. I know it is.
It's only when my wife's there.
No, but I look up.
It's only when my wife is there.
I look up and I see Bill and I go, I haven't gotten it. And I'll run that beer over to you. The one this is my suggestion. Wait patiently. When everyone's acting fucking crazy, if you're the one that's still and just remaining calm, I'm going to be drawn to you. And Bill, every
normally
time
I walk by,
Bill walks by, and I don't walk as many Thursdays, and you don't work as many Fridays.
No, I give that glass. I'm
getting to be one of the better ones.
I give the empty mug a tip as I'm walking by. I set it by the beer tap, and I head over to the head.
I know I'm not Holly yet that way, but I bet I can be. I can replace that. Because you know me, I can go and listen to someone, and if I see you, and especially the guys, like when Mike's only drinking Stella or drinking vodka, I go to that's all. All I have to remember is refill the drink and put it up there. And what I mean is I like doing it for my friends because I don't want to have to wait. I like them to come in when they come in, having a good time and relax, especially the band is playing. I love to be friends with the band, not because they're the fucking band. I need to be friends with the band. But usually musicians are funny and entertaining.
That's our job. We're paid to be entertaining.
No. But you could talk to
Sometimes we're good.
No, you can
Most of the time we're
entertaining.
entertaining.
Talk to them. They're upbeat. They have a good time. They're going to say something positive, and they're going to get you excited. And that's a great. That was the best answer. I think right there you got really close. Now, this other people, I mentioned this to someone, and someone said, Jim, I disagree with you since you made this statement that you will be drawn to the person that's calm. And they said, how about a beautiful, hot woman, like a beautiful woman? Let's say her name's Stephanie.
I don't know. Is she
Let's
sitting
say her
there
name's
snapping?
Stephanie, and she's
sitting there
a
snapping?
ski instructor from Austria. Right?
You'll never guess who's working at Willie T's now.
What?
Speaking of the remember the crazy blonde girl used to live up here, dating the little short dude?
Nope.
Oh, I think her name is Stephanie. You said that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no.
Completely batshit crazy?
No, but Stephanie's not.
Yeah, no. This is
and this girl's younger.
This is a different
and
one.
Prettier.
But she was working at Willie T's. I walked in. I'm like, oh
younger
my God,
and prettier.
not you.
And they said, "When you just," and you know what?
You might.
I might, but I still want to believe that I'm going to go to the person that's waiting patiently, and and then I go and say, and people say, "So hey, don't you jump when an attractive woman comes up?" And go, "I'm not a fucking dog. No. I don't jump for. I treat everyone equally. I don't necessarily be." The other one, and this is also on it, the douchey fucking money guy.
Oh, with
the $100 money.
Bill?
There was a movie, Magnolia. You may not have seen it. You seen Magnolia?
No.
Okay, I saw that. I been fucking surprised if you saw Magnolia, Bill.
No, if it came out after like 1990, I probably haven't seen it.
It was right around 90. It was right around 98. Okay. Tom Cruise, Jason Robards, Julianne Moore, William H. Macy. I mean, it was really great acting and stuff like that. Fucking, it takes place in a bar, and you got this fucking young buff guy with the fucking braces on, and this older gay guy, two older gay guys like him. William H. Macy's, he's like in his mid-40s, and this other guy in his mid-60s, but he has money. And you'd recognize the little guy, and William H. Macy's William H. Macy. And the guy's holding his money up. Now, I'm not suggesting when you're holding your money up, you're gay. I'm saying you're fucking douchey when you do that. Because you go like this, hey, fucking, come here, peasant. I want you to go and jump for me. Here's money. I'm like, hey, you hold money up to me, man? I haven't smacked it out of their hand. I haven't smacked it. But if you make me busy enough, I'll smack it out. And the shouting guy or girl and shouting my name, I don't give a fuck. I'm looking at it and go like, Jim, and if I don't see you, if I don't know, if we haven't had a meaningful conversation, why are you all of a sudden you're my best friend? Shouting it. I'm next, they're next. Tell me who's first and who's next. And I just go, fuck off. I look at him and go, hey, Jim, here. I'm next. And I go like this. Oh, how are you?
Hey, good seeing you.
Fuck off. You're next. Don't want to go to one to the right. And but a point of bar etiquette, if it gets real busy, don't start shouting. Get all your drinks in order. Figure out what you're going to order. If you got like 8 people with you, have fucking 8 drinks ready, or all the drinks for the people that are ready to order. If they didn't order, they got to wait on their own by themselves.
If you got 8 people, it's going to be beer and highball.
No, I don't care. If you tell me 5, if you came up to me and said 2 gin and tonics, 5 fireballs, absolute cosmopolitan, 1800 Cuervo margarita with Cointreau. Okay. Just tell me all that shit. Tell me all the stuff you want. Give me all that. Tell you, but don't go take me back and forth. This is a part of Keys bartender bitching. I'm sorry about this, but I'm not really fucking sorry about it. You better get your act together when you come up to the bar. That makes sense?
Yeah, have your shit together. It's easy for some of us. It's like, I'll take a beer and a bourbon.
Oh, that's it. Bill comes up. He knows a Bud Light. He puts his cup down.
There you
don't
go.
have to talk about
Nope.
the size
cup
of the
down,
cup.
dink. And usually, since it's break time, it's on the way. Boom, here's my beer cup. And
We
I'm
better,
hit
when
the
Bill
head.
sets his beer cup down, though, you better have a fucking half keg ready. Because he's
It's only 30 ounces.
I said 64, didn't I?
Yeah, I think it's. I think there's. What are?
That's a half gallon.
It's two. Yeah, it's two beers fit in that Yeti. Actually, two tall boys. Or
you know
no,
what? It's
two,
draft
two,
beer, and you are the entertainment, and you do a lot for us and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And I don't complain about it.
Yeah, no, I'm
And
an
if
easy
it empties,
one.
if it fucking empties, if the keg empties, it empties. Especially since you empty the front keg. You empty the front keg.
And if the Bud Light
keg,
if the Bud Light keg
kegs,
blows,
only have to pull the Bud Light out.
If the Bud Light,
the little one and the Bud Light, but
if the Bud Light keg blows, you can give me any other light beer you got.
I know, but what I'm saying, the structure of it is really thing because the Miller Lite is all the way buried. So I got to remove 5 kegs to get to that. So when the Bud Light blows, or another major one, I go like this. I go, I got to fucking change it. We got to go and speed it up.
Yeah,
this is Jim. I listen. I want to thank Canada for being our neighbor.
There you go. Oh, Canada.
I want to apologize for peeing and shitting on your lawn so long. But we love you. We love our listeners in Canada. We still love our listeners in Iran, Germany, United Kingdom. United Kingdom's there. Ireland, India. What did I miss?
Wasn't there Costa Rica too?
Costa Rica was 1 week. It was a group of people that was there and stuff like that. We still love Costa Rica. We want to say hi to them. We want to say, hey, you know what? We'd like to say hi to Mexico. I'd like to get some. You know what? I figure there's a bunch of fucking people in Mexico that speak English.
Yeah, especially in the tourist places.
And then there's people that live there and speak English, and then tourists that speak English. Just listen to us. And let me repeat this. If you have iTunes, please give us a rating and
positive
make it
rating.
a good one, a positive rating. Make it 4 to 5. Put a couple words in, like colostomy bag or whatever you want to put in.
Doesn't suck.
Yep. Doesn't suck. Hot sauce, peanut butter ham. That's code word. But put that in there, and the more reviews we get in iTunes, the more we're exposed to that. This is Jim the Keys bartender. I'm going to hand this over to Bill.
Thank you, guys. We appreciate you listening. We'll be back tomorrow. We're going to have Luke. We're going to be up at Shipwrecks. We're going to have a good old time. We hope that you can tune in. Thank you all again. We do appreciate you spending some time with us, and we will see you all later. Have a great day.